So if someone would recall, I spoke about this falling trend line yesterday, in which we joined, the lower lows, of the recent past, 1, 2, and now the third one. So Nifty exactly closed on the hourly chart. Nifty exactly closed, just on the cusp of this particular falling trend line. It means that yes, that market has fallen, but from this point of time, it can take support. Today morning, the cues are little subdued right now. Nifty is down around 80 points. The data from the overnight is not very encouraging. Yesterday's FIIs have sold stocks around worth 5,500 crore odd, and they've added contracts on the put side. They bought puts, they sold calls, plus they also sold additional, I think 5,500 contracts in the futures as well. So the handover is not very good. We are in, if I think as a bull, the market, the Nifty is right now in a precarious state, because this is the final hope, if I say like that on the hourly chart. If this basically fell, then we are likely to see this level 22900 as a level where we'll just pause for a bit. That's likelihood scenario, and then it will eventually slip over to levels of 222,350, 22450. In this range it will go, and so it's a fall of 800 points, from here on, which is a big one. So that's where we are just right now on the stage where if Nifty has to recover, the best case scenario is to recover from this level. Otherwise, it will be difficult, for the markets to basically slip, preventing it from slipping to level of 22350. On the daily chart, as we feared that once you break 350, you basically start slipping down sharply. And this is what's happening on Nifty. In my view, the next target here is 22350, the same, 350 to 400 level. And there is no support until and unless we basically go and above and conquer this 22350 again. That means is we have to close above 23350 on a given day to say yes, we may have recovered, and this whole fall below this was just an aberration. This is what the daily chart says. Now, if I go to weekly chart, same thing, that we basically, the moment we close below 23500, we were destined to fall, and this is exactly what is happening right now. On the weekly chart, we are staring at the level of 22700. So there are chances that on a given week, we basically close the Friday on around these levels. So if I sum it up everything from hourly, daily and weekly chart, what it says is that if I think if I have to buy Nifty, I either buy, at the current juncture, which is around 23100. So because Nifty is opening lower today, if Nifty opens lower today, then I'll wait for Nifty to recover and be little positive. That means a little positive on closing, on intraday, and sustain being positive for at least an hour or so. For example, it close at, in a given hour, we start trading flat and we start to go like 20-30 points up, and we sustain over above there, then I think we can attempt a long, because we have a support lying at 22100. If that works, fine. I think then my possible target, after that would be 23300 or so. Closing above 23350 means I will be heading towards 23500. So this is the upward trajectory that can happen. On the downward side, I would like Nifty to sustain below the level of 23100 for some time. So for me, that's a point where I'll probably go short if I sustain below this level for some time, like for half an hour or 45 minutes. I'm sustaining below this level and there is no recovery, then I will probably tried to go short with the possible targets of 22850. Why I'm saying 50 is because in the range of 22800 and 22900 is where we stand. And if this breaks, I am actually be tempting for 22400. This is my path forward for the on the bearish side. Somebody who is already short, from the levels of 23500, they can have a stop loss at 22300. Still they can make some money because if it really starts slipping down, we have a scope of around 1000 points from there on, approximately 800 points from there on. So they should attempt this, and see, attempt this levels and see whether they can make some more profits here or not. So this is overall the trajectory for Nifty. Let's also look into some kind of data related to options. Give me a second. So my open trust data, if you see yesterday, we end up adding around 4.5 crore contracts. So I want to add 9 and 30 June together for the monthly expiry. And if you see, we have this red are the calls and the green are the puts. So we had around 5 CR of contracts on the call side, which is largely on the sell side, which is right now at the level of, this is the biggest one at 23,200. That's where the wall is there. On the put side, there's a little bit of addition is happening, is only at 23,000. There also the calls are getting returned, so this is quite a negative outcome. If I see the overall open trust level, where do we stand? We are, on call side we are 11.5 crore rupees current contracts open, and on the put side around 10 CR. The support lies at 23,000, then buys at 500. The upward side, the maximum is the OI is at 23500, which is again a very strong level to overcome for the markets, for the bulls. And then the little bit is at 23300. The good thing, if I think as a bull, is that 23200 right now is not adding too much of contracts on the call side. So there is no heavy writing happening on this level at the moment. So that itself indicates that we may make an attempt towards 23200, 23300, and after that, let's see how it moves. On the FII's overall data, let's see, on the cash side, they have added, they have sold around 5,500 crore rupees of stocks. On the FNO side, if we see data, so we sold 17,000 contracts on the call, and FIIs added 19,000 contracts. On the future also, they have added on the short side 8,500 contracts. So heavy selling, heavy selling right now happening, around in the derivative sides from FII. So things are a little precarious, but as a trader, we have to just follow the levels. That's what we understand. That's what we should keep in mind and keep our stop losses good, based upon your own risk appetite. But levels we should know, and you should stick to levels. That gives the clarity to us on how to trade. With this, thank you very much. Have a good trading, guys.